Aquaman. Aquaman is a king and a badass in underwater, but what about everywhere else? His power is talks to fish, breathes underwater, swims really fast. 99% of crimes happen on land unless you live on a boat. He's useless. He's like that one friend who's only useful in very specific situations like knowing how to fix a Wi-Fi router but nothing else. Even if he tried to help in a coastal city, what's he gonna do? Call a shark to bite a thief? And if he's in a landlocked city like Las Vegas, he's basically an unemployed guy in green tights. In the Justice League, he's surrounded by gods, aliens, and geniuses. He's the only one whose powers become useless the moment he steps into a Walmart. Batman. Batman is often praised as the greatest superhero because he has no powers, just skill, intelligence, and billions of dollars. But in real life, his whole crime-fighting strategy would fall apart instantly. Real-life problem is vigilantism is illegal. He's like that rich guy who does extreme sports for fun but calls it a life mission. If Batman actually tried to beat up criminals in real life, he'd be arrested within a week. His identity would be exposed instantly. With modern surveillance, forensic science, and social media, there's no way a billionaire disappearing every night wouldn't raise suspicion. And let's not ignore the fact that he could solve crime faster by just using his money to fund social programs instead of buying Batmobiles. Most of Gotham's problems exist because billionaires like him hoard wealth. He's just beating out the consequences of his own class. Batman isn't a hero, he's just a rich guy who decided to punch poor people instead of fixing society. Hawkeye. Hawkeye is an elite marksman with arrows that explode, hack electronics, and cause all kinds of damage. But take away the trick arrows, and what's left? A guy who shoots sticks. He has insane archery skills and perfect aim. Real-life problem is guns exist. He's that one person who refuses to upgrade from an old flip phone because it still works. In the Avengers, he's fighting aliens, robots, and literal gods with a bow. That's like bringing a Nerf gun to a war zone. And in real life, if a robbery happens, the police will arrive with bulletproof vests and firearms. Hawkeye. He'll be lining up a perfect shot while the criminal just shoots him first. Ever tried hitting a moving target? Now imagine doing it in a chaotic fight while dodging bullets. Yeah, not happening. At least Batman is rich. Hawkeye doesn't even have that excuse. The Flash. The Flash can run faster than light, but in reality, his power would be more of a curse than a blessing. Science says he should explode from air friction. He's like that one guy who runs everywhere instead of driving but still shows up late. In theory, super speed sounds amazing, but in real life running at Mach 10 means his clothes would disintegrate instantly. Imagine the news. Naked man caught streaking at the speed of sound. Time travel. Great. Until the government kidnaps him for experiments. And let's not forget, in most cities, you legally can't go over 65 miles per hour. So unless he wants constant speeding tickets, he's jogging everywhere. He's not a hero. He's an unpaid FedEx employee with anxiety. Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme, master of the mystic arts, and a literal reality warper in the MCU. That makes him a superhero. In real life, that makes him a government target. Real-life problem is government, scientists, and conspiracy theorists would be hunting him down 24/7. He's like that friend who says, "Trust me, I saw this in my dreams," and expects you to believe them. If Doctor Strange tried using his magic in public, the military would kidnap him in under an hour. No way the US government lets a guy who can alter reality just walk around freely. Imagine him opening a portal on a crowded street, people would lose their minds. If he accidentally triggered the multiverse, people wouldn't call him a hero. They'd call him the reason the world ended. In the real world, Doctor Strange wouldn't be saving lives, he'd be locked up in a secret lab, with scientists poking his brain while the FBI interrogates him about other dimensions. Black Panther. Black Panther is an amazing fighter, strategist, and king of Wakanda. But in real life, his vibranium suit and secretive lifestyle would cause him endless problems. Security checkpoints and global politics would make his life miserable. He's like that guy who tries to bring a Swiss Army knife on a plane and acts shocked when security stops him. Let's say Black Panther wants to travel. TSA would lose their minds trying to scan his suit. No metal detector is passing that test. Wakanda being a secret nation would cause diplomatic chaos. How does he even apply for a visa? If he ever fought in public, people wouldn't think, "Oh, cool, a superhero." They'd think, "Why is a rich guy in a cat suit attacking people?" Black Panther wouldn't be seen as a hero, he'd be viewed as a dangerous foreign agent. And the US government would not let that slide. Shazam. Shazam is a 14-year-old kid who can transform into a super-powered adult by saying one magic word. In the movies and comics, that's fun. In real life, that's a legal and ethical nightmare. A minor in an adult body, that's just fraud waiting to happen. He's like a kid who sneaks into an R-rated movie by pretending to be their older brother. How is he paying for anything? No bank is giving a loan to a guy with no birth certificate or ID. If Shazam commits a crime, do we charge the adult version or the kid version? Lawyers would have a field day with that. Shazam isn't a hero, he's just a walking identity theft case. If he ever got caught, The legal system wouldn't know what to do with him. Groot. Groot is lovable, powerful, and a key member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. But if he existed in real life, he wouldn't be seen as a hero, he'd be seen as a science experiment. He'd either be locked in a lab or chopped down for science. He's like that one houseplant everyone forgets to water. Except he's sentient. If Groot walked down the street, people wouldn't see a superhero. They'd see a walking oak tree that belongs in a zoo. Scientists would dissect him to figure out how a tree is alive. The timber industry would be eyeing him like a goldmine. Imagine the furniture they could make from an indestructible tree. The government would either treat him like an endangered species or an alien threat. Groot wouldn't be a hero, he'd be the star attraction at the world's strangest botanical garden. The Hulk. The Hulk is one of the strongest beings in the Marvel Universe. In comics, he's unstoppable. In real life, he's an insurance company's worst nightmare. He's like that friend who gets way too angry over a video game and breaks their controller except with city-sized consequences. Imagine Bruce Banner losing his temper during a minor inconvenience. Stuck in traffic, he smashes the highway. Starbucks got his order wrong. There goes the entire building. Someone cuts in line. Well, rip to that person. And let's not forget, the government would not let him roam free. He'd be locked up before he could even say Hulk smash. Every time he transformed, thousands of people would probably die from collateral damage. Imagine the legal fees. How do you explain to a judge that you destroyed an entire city by accident? Hulk isn't a hero, he's a public safety hazard. Cyclops. Cyclops is the leader of the X-Men, a great tactician, and a walking OSHA violation. His power is shoots powerful laser beams from his eyes. Real-life problem is can't control it without special glasses. He's that person who breaks everything they touch but swears it's an accident. Cyclops can blast through walls, tanks, and mountains. But in real life, he'd have to wear his visor 24/7 or risk accidentally destroying his apartment. Imagine waking up and forgetting to put on his glasses. There goes the bathroom mirror, the toilet, and half the wall. TSA would never let him on a plane. Sir, we need you to remove your glasses. You age. Trust me, you don't want that. He's not a hero, he's a walking lawsuit. One accidental sneeze, and he's paying for property damage for the next 30 years. At the end of the day, these superheroes are legendary, but in our world, some of them wouldn't last a week. Who do you think would be the most useless hero in real life? Let us know in the comments.